Hey everybody, welcome to another weekly chat about high school football on Southampton Roads. I'm Jami Frankenberry.
And I'm Larry Rubama.
We're going to take a quick run around Southampton Roads high school football, talk about last week first, Larry. Bishop Sullivan Catholic, they were unbeaten until last week. They go up to Maryland. They lost to Bishop McNamara. What are your thoughts on the Crusaders' first loss?
I was kind of surprised at first, especially since they were leading that game, I think almost by 3 touchdowns. They lose, and now you wonder, hey, is the mystique gone? Can they still keep winning? People are now going to be questioning them. How good is this team really? And what's even worse is that now they got to go back up to Baltimore, play a tough team in St. Francis, who a very good team up in the Baltimore area, and then the week after that, play Good Counsel. It's going to be interesting now. People are going to start having their doubts about it, but I think Chris Scott will be able to turn it around. The coach over at Bishop Sullivan, he'll be able to turn it around. But right now, people are now questioning, hey, how good is this team really?
Right. You know, Bishop Sullivan held on to the number 1 spot in Southampton Roads by 1 vote, I think. I know you and I think another team belongs with some consideration for number 1. That's Oscar Smith. The Tigers have won back-to-back games by shutouts, so Scott Johnson, the defensive coordinator, really has them playing well. They beat Lakeland last week. What do you think about the Tigers?
As I said before, I bet my house on them. They're gonna continue the streak.
You should put your wife may disagree with that. She may want the deed in her name, but go ahead.
But I think they're gonna go through. They're gonna play some tough games again. As they continue to play, they're gonna get better. They're gonna continue to get better and better as the season goes on. Coach Beasley has them playing really well right now. They're going to get better as the season goes on, and so I still like them. I still like them to continue the streak, continue winning, continue to dominate in the Southeastern District.
Yeah, I think Sean Mitchell and that offense have sort of, they've been slow to start under Bill D, but the defense has really bailed them out, and I think that offense is going to catch up pretty soon. Now, you saw Indian River and Kings Fork last week. The Braves beat Kings Fork. It looks like they've hit their stride. What did you see out of the Braves last week?
They look really good. The thing about it is Glenwood Fairby has a very young team. Most of his star players in that team are sophomores, but he has a great quarterback, Keyshawn Brown, who transferred over from Granby. He does a great job of running that offense. He can run the ball, throw the ball, has some very good receivers, and also he has Devin Hunter. You just give the ball to Devin Hunter, let him roll, and that's how the Braves are going to do. They're going to continue to roll with him.
Yeah, Indian River is going to have a big test this week. They're going to play against Grassfield at home. That game is scheduled for Friday. We've heard that all the Beach District games for Friday have been postponed, so stay tuned to 757Teamz.com for updates on the games. But Grassfield at Indian River. Indian River won 34-3 last week. Grassfield comes in only allowing 9 points in 3 games. What do you expect out of the Braves against Grassfield?
I think Grassfield, once again, they're always right there. They're usually always in the top 3, top 4 teams in the district. I think it's going to be another tough game, but I still think the game is at Indian River. I think the Braves prevail.
Yeah, I mean, Indian River has a lot of weapons. Grassfield has played well this season, that offense has been pretty good, even though they lost Grant Holloway to graduation last year. Justice Bigby's played well at quarterback. I think they're going to have their hands full, though, against Indian River. They got a lot of athletes on that offense. Another game in the Beach District this time, Cox at Landstown, a battle of unbeatens. Larry, I know you've seen Landstown. You've talked to Tommy Riemann a lot. What are you expecting in this showdown in the Beach?
Tommy Riemann tells me we're going to get better as the season goes on. So far, they are 4-0 for the first time in a long time. 2005, in fact, was the last time that they started off this good in the beginning of the season. He's got a great quarterback. Brent Stooks is running that team, doing really well with the team. I think that the Eagles they're playing well. They're playing at home. They're playing a tough Cox team who hasn't really played anybody tough yet. That's going to be the key. I wonder how Cox is going to respond. They're going to be going over to Landstown.
Yeah, Cox quarterback A.J. Smith was out last week with an injury, so he had a backup in. We're not sure about his status this week. But, yeah, I think Landstown has enough weapons to give Cox a little bit of trouble. I think it's going to be a close game, but I also like the Eagles. Eagles would be 5-0. So let's move on. Another big showdown. This one in the Eastern District, Norview at Lake Taylor. It's scheduled for 1 o'clock Saturday. Norview quarterback Dariel Mack Jr. is expected to play. He was ejected last week. The VHSL, though, ruled this week that he can play. He should not have been ejected, so he's back. And that's a big thing for Norview against Lake Taylor.
Huge, because if he doesn't play, they got to play a freshman quarterback who will be good in the future. But right now, if you're going to play against Lake Taylor, you got to have all your weapons there. And Matt gives him that. He has that presence in the pocket. He knows how to throw the ball. He knows how to lead that offense. So I think that's going to be huge. But Lake Taylor has been Lake Taylor, has dominated that district. They've won 35 consecutive Eastern District games. They've won 5 consecutive district titles. And Norview hasn't beaten them since 2001, which was the last time Norview won the district title. So I think everything is still on Lake Taylor's side. It'll be interesting to see, though. I'll be interested to see. I know that Norview's going to be pumped up for this game.
Yeah, I think the difference could be in the trenches. You've talked before about Roman Bond, Darnell Ewell, who's committed to Notre Dame. You know, Lake Taylor's coming off a 62-point outburst against Northeastern, but they gave up 40-some points. So what do you think about the battle in the trenches in that game?
If Bond and Ewell could do their thing, I think they'll be fine. Norview, they lost a lot of guys in that line, veteran guys. Now they got some young guys coming in, filling in. This is a big time situation. Who's gonna get nervous during that big time? But I think Lake Taylor's experience, Coach Sawyer's gonna have them going. I think they're gonna win that game.
Yeah, I think you're wrong. I wouldn't bet the house on that one. So, okay, well, like I said, we have some postponements Friday. So check us out at 757Teamz.com to find out when all the games are going to be played, and we'll see you next week.